With more than 4,000 visits during its first year, Sanctuary Studios has undeniably made its mark on our Quad Cities community. And now as the studio embarks on year 2, there is a renewed commitment to community care. Sarah Stevens is the founder of Sanctuary Studios, and she is back in studio with us today. Sarah, welcome.
Thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely. 1 year. You'll be celebrating next week from what I understand.
We will.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I just remember when we first started Quad Cities Live.
Yeah.
Last February, we had you on
like right away.
Right away,
yeah.
And you were talking about starting this thing, and
yeah.
wow, have you ever done it? You've made such an impact on the community. I hear people talk about Sanctuary all the time. It's recommended constantly. So that's incredible. Give us a little bit of background on the studio for anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about right now.
First I want to say that like the everybody recommends it thing is maybe the best thing that a business owner can hear.
Absolutely, yeah.
So thanks for sharing that with
me.
Yes. So Sanctuary Studios is the Quad Cities' only pay what you can home for movement and meditation. The pay what you can piece matters a lot to us. I have this emphasis on accessibility, both sort of physically, like how we show up in our bodies, but also the other things that might keep us out of being able to move our bodies with other people, and that's often the cost of it. So we have 80 classes a month, and it's all pay what you can.
It's all pay what you can, which is truly incredible. And you kind of just touched on it. The accessibility is huge, and it goes beyond just being able to pay for it. It's like a welcoming feeling. I think is why it's so recommended. And nobody feels like they don't belong, which has always been something that you are passionate about. In any endeavor that you've ever started, that has been huge for you, and I think that's why people just love it so much. So talk more about kind of the various classes that people can sign up for.
Sure.
There is yoga, there's sound, and there's different meditations, things like that.
So we have just yoga. I call it just yoga because in a lot of other places yoga is tiered, so there's like beginner, middle, advanced. We don't do that at Sanctuary. At Sanctuary, you can be assured that everybody belongs in every class. So we call it just yoga. We have about 2/3 of our classes are just yoga. And then we have somatic sessions, which are a specialized method of movement that I've developed over several years. And it's a way for us, really the easiest way to say it, it's a way for us to know how to do something with the way we feel. I don't think we have a lot of practice at that.
Like harnessing different energies.
Yeah, emotion. Meeting our emotions. So we use repetitive movement to build heat in the body. We use traditional yoga sequencing to let that heat go. We do it 3 times. And the idea is when we leave the studio and we encounter things that feel like heat in the body, like rage and shame and terror and fear and embarrassment, we know what to do with that. Instead of having to shove it somewhere inside of us or numb it and run around it, we just kind of meet the experience. We learn to tolerate sensation. And the hope is that it carries out far beyond the studio walls.
Wow, and these are somatic sessions
for
anybody that's like
6 days a week.
Yeah,
I just trained, I actually just got to train 5 teachers.
Wow.
So I teach Saturday mornings, my new teachers teach Monday through Friday. My goal is that half of our classes eventually will be somatic sessions because this is the method of movement that people are showing up to and going, what was that?
Yeah, very impactful.
I want more of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And sound meditation, I don't want to forget about that. Sunday mornings, it's incredible. If you've never done one, just come see us.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah,
so
thanks.
I mentioned early on your commitment to community care.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit more about what that means, especially to you, and especially in the capacity of running a business.
Yeah, this is a big deal to me. This is probably the thing that's most important to me about the studio.
Yeah.
When we first opened, everybody said, pay what you can, that's never going to work. We broke even in our 4th month. And that doesn't happen in first-year businesses. We exceeded break even in our 10th month. I think that what I want to say about that's most important is that we have this sort of dichotomy set up in our head. We either have charity or greed. Like there's nothing in between. And I wanted to demonstrate that I believe that there is something in between, and the something in between is community care, which means I come with what I have, you do the same, and together we have enough. You don't pay more because somebody pays less. You just show up with what you have. And And I was confident that we would have enough if we came together to do that, and we've had more than enough.
Yeah, absolutely. That's amazing.
Thanks.
Gives me goosebumps. And that kind of transitions us into a really exciting announcement about another pay what you can, really great entity here in the Quad Cities, which is Nest Cafe.
Yeah,
so in honor of your 1-year birthday celebration, your 1-year anniversary, you're doing something really special for Nest, which is an amazing organization.
Yeah. So I decided a couple of weeks ago, as we were coming up on this birthday, usually businesses have like a big party or something.
Right.
And that just didn't track with who we are and how I want us to show up. So we've done this great job creating community inside of the walls of the studio. And community is only as good as its reach, right? So I was like, how do we do this outside of here? So what we decided to do was pledge $1 for every visit, not every paid visit, but every visit that somebody made to the studio in the first year. So that's going to be over 4,000 visits in the first year. And then every year hereafter, which means that starting on March 20th, which is the first day of our second year, we'll keep doing that. So it means that you can show up to Sanctuary, pay nothing, and just by moving your body with other people, you will have also contributed to feeding people in the Quad Cities.
That's amazing.
Thanks.
And nobody will be more appreciative than the folks over at Nest Cafe.
Yeah.
Truly amazing. Sanctuary Studios, if you didn't know, it is located at 1800 7th Avenue in Moline. To learn more or take a look at any of those class schedules, visit sanctuarystudiosqc.com. Sarah, thank you so much. And once again, a big congratulations for just the amazing work that you're doing.
Thanks for having me.